which would require a new thing to make it work. But so it's closer. Still, we're still exceeding over here. How many? By how many characters? So we got what, 7 here, and we can see 6. So we're off by just 1 character. But that's like the space here is 1 character. So it'll work with 5 or with 6. So no more than, so you can have under 1 million experience, which is kind of insane, but I suppose it'd be possible to get that much experience over the course of a game. So, okay, now we can see it. And that's like assuming that the level is that. If we drop the level down to 9, it's going to be different because the this should, you know, alter itself to match it. Because we're basing it on the text width now as far as where the X is at. So it should be somewhat dynamic that way because of that. Yeah, see, now it's over further because there's only 1 digit there. So that's going to work for that. Let's go ahead and take this out. This back in. Now for the durability and refinement. So WREF. Let's actually make it 25 instead of 28. Then the X will, yeah, that should be fine for the X on that. So let's have a look. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now let's see, what about the spacing? So so this is times 4. So let's make this times 3. And then make this times 5. The other thing we want to do is make this the entire length. So we're not going to go width divided by 2 on this anymore. Well, that's the vertical line. We want to keep that. The horizontal line we need to change to 0. So we want to start it on 0. And then y is this line height times 5. I think that should work. Yeah, pretty much the entire length of it now. That's good. It's still a little bit off. Like I said, we'll need to add some, I think, to the durability and refinement just to get them off the description. Maybe down a little bit. Maybe say 10. We'll start with that and see what happens. And then we'll also have to subtract some from the lines to get it up to where we want it. So we're going to try and maximize as much as possible the space we have to use for this. I mean, it works, but at the same time, I'd like to be a little bit more spaced out, just a tiny bit. So maybe we go with 20. It's not the full 30, but it's in between, kind of. And on this now, let's go ahead and do this minus. So what do I want to say? Minus. Let's go minus 22 on this. That might be a bit too much. That's actually right on smack dab bam, right where we kind of want it right there. This actually can go up a little bit too, just a little bit. So maybe we make this 16. Now, as for the parameters, that's pretty much where we want it. We need to move it up, though. And these could probably become 6, actually. And for the X, we'll start with that and then work on doing the font length, text width again on those. So better. The refinements a little bit more off the line, looks a little bit more like the spacing up here. That looks good. I like how that looks. Now we just need to figure this stuff out. So we need to just pull this over even more. Started this on 10. Let's actually start it on 2. I just want to pull it over as far as possible. And then let's see. Well, actually, we'll do this x equals 2. And then make this x. Oh, and then, yeah, we'll need to do... I mean, you know, shouldn't knock it. There might be cases where a weapon would increase your defense. Unlikely, but it's possible. So we have to support it. And then we need one more. So what's the next? It's probably attack depth and magic attack. So we'll do a magic attack as well. Okay. Then on this we'll use WATK. Then x plus equals 10 plus this dot text width WATK. Alright, let's see what that looks like. It's probably not going to look too good. Yeah, didn't think so. It's stuck kind of pretty much right on top of each other. That M attack is undefined. Nice. What is it called? Oh, MAT. M-A-T. That's why. Oh, we didn't add any buffer on this. That's why that looks kind of weird. So, let me see. Is there a way we can, like, truncate this? So, JavaScript, truncate. Just want to rip it off. Oh, so you use a floor. Okay, maybe we could try that. Let's see if it even supports it. So that would be up here. Well, it didn't immediately throw out an error. Ah, cool, it worked. Nice. Now the problem is that it's still really jammed in together, so when attack gets... So maybe what we do is we just take off the space. No, not add another, take it off. So they're kind of jammed together, but we'll have a little bit more space that way. So for example, let's just say let's just say we have this array of stats for whatever reason. The best way to test something is to actually just do a static representation of what you think you might have to, of a good use case. So it's not too bad. In fact, that works pretty well, to be honest. I like that. And then we'd have those all the way down. It's turtles all the way down. So what we need to do is hey boy, okay. So we have all these parameters. Okay, some of these I don't really care about. So these we care about. Critical rate, critical evasion rate, magic evasion, reflection rate we don't really care about. So let's actually define which stats we really care about showing. And then we can add others in later on and have it be a parameter to show expanded stats on this stat window. But these will be like the base ones we want to show. So those counterattack and regeneration rates. Physical and magical damage rates. I mean, that's isn't. I guess that's something different from the attack, the defense, physical and magic defense values or something. So we'll go with these. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Damn, I need 2 more. Either I need to take off 2. You know, let's take off these 2. So here will be our base stats that we'll use. We've already done these 3. So let's go ahead and get the other one set up here. Again, we're going to see some fictional static stat points on these for the moment. I'm going to stat set sign Okay, there's got to be a much easier way to do this than that. And we'll just modify whatever we need. So luck. Much easier. Hit and evasion. EVA. Critical. Counter. Health regeneration. So TP regen and MP regen. So okay. So there are stats that we're going to track on here to start with. So now we need to use all these down here. So really we could just follow the same pattern for all of them, for all the rows. So there's one group. There's the next group. The next. I think there'll be 4 groups, because there's 12 of them. And then we just change these as we need to. So mats, so this will be MDEF, AGI, luck. Oh, AGI luck. And then hit evasion critical. And then the regenerations, HRG, MRG, TRG. Alright, now let's see what that looks like. So this will give us an approximate look at what the final stat kind of portion of this will look like. No, it's not defined. CRI. Oh, CIR. My mistake. Typo. If I had $1 for every typo I've ever made, I'd be a gazillionaire. Oh wow, nice. We didn't change the Y. Awesome, they're all on the same line. So 6, 7, 7, 7. It's like, I think I'm forgetting something. And that's what I forgot. Okay. Well, they're all printing out anyway, so that's good. They're just all on top of each other, so you can't tell what the hell is what. Alright, let's have a look at it now. Should be a little bit better. Oh wow, there's so much space there. Well, of course there's only like half, that's only half the stats, isn't it? Yeah, so that's 12 stats out of 28. That's actually more than half. Still not there. So, what's, let me, just wondering, how much would this really add to it? Because we need something a little bit more to kind of separate things out. It's a little bit too crushed together in some places. And we have quite a bit of space, but it's just, you know, we're adding like 1, 2, 3, 12, well, 12 characters to each line now. So where does that stick it at? Leave the lines at. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, if we took the spaces out, we still have the dividers in there. We're only adding only adding 3 characters per line. Of course, the problem is the amount of the stat. So that could be 3 or 4 characters long. So it's better. So I wonder if we should move this over a bit. Let's go ahead and put something over here. Because what'll be over here will be traits. So what we'll have is the trait icon, the trait name, and then the percentage chance of it being cast. So at most you're going to have 3 characters on the percentage. Well, 4 because the percent sign. The name is a thing. I think this is too much room for the traits. Too much width. I think we can shrink this down this way a bit and open up some more room here to do maybe maybe move forward to a line instead of just 3 and give a little bit more room to each of these. So what I want to do now is I want to get the traits, which we do have. Specifically, I want to get the states. So 13. So what state do we have on Katana that we can test with? So bleeding, we give it a bleeding state. So we look for any states. In this case, we're looking for the code will be 13. So what we need to do is to create a list. So for var I1 equals 0. I1 is less than this dot wep dot underscore traits dot length So if basically we just want to take the trait record and move it over. So in doing this we should get just 1. So we only have 1 stat trait. State trait I should say. Now so this should not, well this will be one section, this will be a different section. So